Hey guys, I decided to do another slightly informative video, and this time I'm going to talk about the Hunter's tools, and try to use each one. I forgot to switch my build out so I would have a little bit more bullets, but hopefully we can still manage to use each one in a single lifetime. And you can see my controller's still janky, hence why I'm not playing a ton of Bloodborne until the new controller arrives. Okay. Let's see here. So, there are 12 Hunter's tools in the game, and I have all 12 equipped. Because I have 12 equipped slots, technically. And these are the slower ones that are easier to use without having them on a quick slot. But I guess we should start with Beast Roars. It's all the way on the right. Beast Roar is a great spell, it's just not like super damaging. It's just a spell where I run up to this guy, get hit by a torch, Beast Roar, he's on his ass, and then I kill him before he can recover. It's very good against opposing phantoms especially. Okay, that's it for Beast Roar. Madeira's Whistle is the new one you get even if you don't have the DLC, and it spawns a snake underneath you, but you have to dodge out of the way. If you get hit while it's coming out, then you'll get hit by it, like so. Let's try again. It uses 4 bullets. That's another thing I should make mention of. Beast Roar. Yeah, these guys are fucking super aggressive right now. Like so. And it does like 900 damage, which is pretty good. But it's not super reliable. When it hits the enemy, it'll knock them into the air. Augur of Abridus is just formerly your 1 mana staple spell. But apparently now it can parry, so let's try parrying this guy, who's relatively easy to parry, but it might be slow. Well, it doesn't work if he goes for the lame-ass grab. Come on, fatty. Step down the grab. Yeah, he's just doing not what he's supposed to be doing. Alas. Well, whatever. You can see it does pretty good damage. I think I was getting headshots point blank. And supposedly you can parry with it now. You don't have to take my word for it though, you can figure that out for yourself. Executioner's Gloves is another mainstay if you're going to make an arcane build. Before Black Sky Eye was in the game, this is probably the spell you might use the most. Because it just does a decent amount of damage and it can hit from range. Sort of like homing Soul Mass, except you don't have to get close to the enemy for it to work. Black Sky Eye is your Soul Arrow, introduced in the expansion. It does a lot of damage. Oh, I should mention I have 50 arcane. You can see my stats. And it only costs 1 bullet. And this pretty much makes arcane viable in PvE. This one spell, so be happy. It's in a fairly obscure spot, but I don't know, I think every Hunter's tool is in an obscure spot, so that doesn't really matter. Okay. Accursed Brew is the other one. To get Accursed Brew, you go talk to the weird looking guy at the beginning of the fishing hamlet after you kill Orphan of Kos, while you have the rune that makes you look like an alien equipped. And here's what it does. It's like a big fireball, more or less. And it has a pretty big radius of effect, as you can see. So that was a very good demonstration of how good it is. And that's going to do it for the equipped spells, so alright, let's go take some damage before we use Choir Bell. Come on, shield guy, I believe in you. Nah, this guy doesn't want to fight it. Okay, we took some damage. Choir Bell is just a healing spell, but I think it heals multiple people. So now with the League co-op, maybe it's a little bit more useful. And it looks cool. Yeah. That was quite a few bullets used, hopefully. We don't run out again. I think a Call Beyond is going to use 10, so we're probably going to want to tap for every other one. Okay, empty phantasm shell is probably the most used spell in the game, and it's just a weapon enchantment. It looks pretty cool on Rikuyo, but I think it's the worst looking weapon enchantment in the game. So I'm relatively sure they all have identical stats on them, and it doesn't scale with arcane. So it'll just do the same with this weapon as it would with any other weapon. Now you can note my relative inexperience with the Rikuyo as of yet. But I guess I should probably do the twirling attack if we're gonna be here. There we go. Alright, that's it for this enchant. I'm sure you've seen it before. Old Hunter Bone, I believe, uses 4 now. It used to use 8. That's the difference. And what this does is it makes you teleport faster. Or not teleport, it makes you dodge faster. And gives you more invincibility frames on the dodge. Which is really, really useful, but you have to get used to how fast the dodge is. So it makes dodge timing different on everything. So it's really mostly a PvP thing. And it runs out relatively quickly, as you may have noticed. We don't really want all these guys aggroed, but whatever. Okay, Call Beyond is your big AoE spell, but it's just not powerful enough. If it was super, super powerful, it would be good. But it's really only useful on, like, new game. You can see I only hit that guy with 1 of those. You can hit bosses with, like, up to 3 or 4, and that'll do, like, 2,000 damage. But DLC bosses on New Game Plus 8 have, you know, 40,000 life or more. So you'd have to hit them 20 times with a spell that uses a shitload of bullets. I think it's 8. But it's a decent amount, either way. Messenger's Gift is, of course, the best hunter tool in the game. Just makes you... What? Okay. I don't know why it deactivated. It just makes you into a messenger. This is your sneaking around spell. Unless you're in a really, really obvious location, the Phantom is never going to notice you, so... If you're getting invaded and you want to fuck with people, this is what you do. You just go around. You don't move, obviously. You just pick a good spot, hang out, watch them run around, and then eventually return to the world. So, excitement. Obviously the best. Tonitrus is my favorite spell in the game. It uses 6 bullets. If it used 5, I think it would probably be the best spell in the game for any arcane round. But since it uses 6, you don't have an unlimited amount, essentially. But what it does is it shoots forward in a line, sort of like Crystal Dragon Breath. And it goes quite far and does a lot of damage and will hit anything in the line. Now we're out of bullets, dear God. So that's a spell that I use with some frequency in my main runs, and I'll continue to use. If you're curious when I'm going to do a pure arcane run, it's whenever I get to using the Tonitrus. Because the Tonitrus is a fairly boring weapon. But doing arcane on the same run will do well. And I might actually do that on like New Game Plus 10 or something. So probably 2 or 3 runs in the future. I am going to do more videos a day whenever I start doing the runs. But right now I'm just waiting on the controller so I can grind out Lawrence, and there'll probably be another long stream where I do that. Then once that is done, we'll forget about Lawrence ever existing and just do the deals, or just do normal runs with some portion of the DLC included, but not necessarily all of it, just so I can get back into a flow. I don't think Lawrence is harder than Ludwig, and he's probably not harder than Orphan, but Orphan can be parried, basically. So Orphan has a mechanic that makes him slightly easier, but the boss itself is harder. But he's still going to take a while, especially with a broken controller. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I wasn't as opinionated as I was with the skill weapons, but I don't know, I think I was pretty mellow in that video too, and we still have retards posting like, oh, you're so wrong, I use this weapon in PvP and it's the greatest. Oh, you dumb fuck, I wasn't even talking about PvP in the first place. Why would I? Alright, And that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.